Hello Maplewood students. If you were absent for the diffusion osmosis lab involving the iodine and the plastic bag and the cornstarch, this is your chance to get that assignment made up. This is going to be osmosis is a type of diffusion, and what we have here to represent the cell is a plastic baggie with some water and cornstarch mixed together. Isn't totally dissolved or whatever, but for the most part it is. And we have a beaker that's about half full of water, and we're going to want to put about 10 drops of iodine in there, and you'll see that quickly diffuses through the water and turns the water sort of a yellowish or a brown color. And we're starting out with, as I noted before, a very much of a white baggie. What we're going to do is put this plastic bag of water and cornstarch into the water and iodine mixture, and we're just going to let it sit. Now obviously we wouldn't be doing this lab if we're just going to do nothing. We're looking for osmosis, which is a liquid moving through a semi-permeable membrane. This plastic bag is going to be our semi-permeable membrane. We're just going to have to wait and see whether the water moves through the bag, or the cornstarch does, or the iodine does. Okay, after 5 minutes, the inside of the bag was still white and the water was a brown and yellow, just like when it started. But now, after about 10 minutes, you can see there's a dark blue or maybe a purple color starting to form inside the bag. Alright, it is now 24 hours later, and it's time to check the progress on the osmosis experiment. As you can see, the inside of the bag has turned dark purple in a lot of spots. That is basically an interaction between the cornstarch that was inside the bag and the iodine, which diffused into the plastic bag. So that's white and dark, I guess you would say. There we go, both sides. And as you notice, the water is actually pretty clear now. I really don't even see any hint of yellow or brown. So it appears as though all of the iodine has diffused into the bag. So now it's time for you to do your questions, and one of those questions being, what would happen if we do the exact opposite of this? What would happen if we put the iodine inside the bag to start with and the cornstarch on the outside? Excuse me. How would that experiment work? So if you think about that carefully, and why didn't the water go through? You'll notice the water level stayed pretty much the same. So obviously the water molecules were too big to get through the plastic bag, as were the cornstarch molecules. They were too big to go through the bag. But the iodine was small enough to get through the pores or the holes in the plastic bag. Now these are not huge holes, these are very, very small holes, microscopic, but it does prove that osmosis and or diffusion, however you want to put it, took place. The plastic bag was the semi-permeable membrane, and the iodine went from the outside of the bag into the bag, which represents the cell and the cytoplasm in this case.